dietitian with Flick Hospitality. Welcome to Flick's virtual summer camp and welcome to my home kitchen. You may be wondering why I'm standing here with a bowl of trash. Well, this isn't just any old bowl of trash. These are my food scraps from a salad I made earlier. I made a blueberry pineapple salsa salad. Do you want to see it? In this bowl, I've saved onion peels, a jalapeno stem, lemon rinds, and some other scraps that we have generated over the course of the last day or so, even the whole pineapple scrap. But why am I saving this trash? Well, in our house, we actually save lots of stuff to toss in our compost pile in the backyard. Did you know that food and yard waste make up about 30% of what we throw away, and all of these materials could be composted instead? But the problem with food and yard waste is that in the landfills, they are packed in so tight that the organic materials can't really break down properly. They release harmful gases in the air called methane, and this is causing our planet to warm up. So another reason why we like to compost is to provide soil for our garden. And over time, with little care, the materials we toss in will break down and become very nutrient-dense soil for our plants. The process can take up to 6 months or so, but we feel like it's worth it to do our part and take care of the world. And do you want to know something else really cool about our compost pile? When you dig in, you can see lots of earthworms. And believe it or not, they eat the scraps, they fully digest it, and what comes out is called worm castings, which is food for the garden. And if you don't have your own food growing in your yard, you can put this on your plants or flowers in your yard, or even house plants inside. So you may be wondering how you can start saving your scraps too. Great. You'll want to do a quick Google search to learn about all of the options and decide which composting method is best for your backyard. There are lots of options. So that's your homework. But the good news is you can start saving scraps now and then just toss them in the compost when it's ready. And it's important to know what you can and can't put in the compost. So let's talk about that. First, let's talk about what you can put in. There are two categories of what should go in. You've got your browns and the greens. The browns provide carbon, and they include things like dead leaves, shredded newspapers, coffee filters, and torn up cardboard from like egg cartons, toilet paper rolls, and even paper towel rolls. The green materials provide nitrogen, and they include things like fruits and veggie scraps, spent coffee grounds, and yard waste. So you'll also need to make sure that your compost gets a good amount of water. That provides moisture to help break down the organic matter. You're aiming for like a moisture level of a wrung out sponge. Good to know. Now for things that cannot go in the compost pile. You don't want to put dairy products in, no meat or fish bones or scraps, no insect-ridden plants because they can actually continue living in the compost, and no yard trimmings that have been treated with chemical pesticides. Yuck. So, what can you do though if you don't have a backyard or a place for a composter? You've got a few options. So look online and see if your city offers curbside composting, or see if there's somewhere in town that will accept your scraps. Many community gardens would happily accept your scraps for their compost pile. And if you're worried about your compost smelling bad in the house before you can get them out, you can actually toss them in a large baggie and put them in the freezer. No problem at all. So as you can tell, there is a lot to know about composting. So make sure you do your research and learn about your options to figure out what is right for your home. Every little bit counts. If we all do our part, no matter how small, it will add up and make a big difference. Happy composting!